Hello everybody, my name is Lauren Gearhart and this is week 6 of Judicial Procedure. This week we're going to be exploring the evidence, implications, and political ramifications of a litigation explosion. So first we're going to be talking about the concept of litigation explosion, what that means and its trends, and is the term litigation explosion justified? So first, the concept of litigation explosion is defined by the understanding of a significant increase of lawsuits filed, legal costs, and civil cases. In a 2024 report from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Institute for Legal Reform, cost and compensation paid out in the tort system amassed to $529 billion in 2022. Which is approximately $4,200 per household. Additionally, tort costs increased on an average of 7.1% from 2016 to 2022. So the degree to which litigation explosion is applied in regard to the cost and economic burden, I believe is justified. However, the increase in lawsuits has not been as dramatic. And since the type of cases vary widely, it's hard to determine whether the number equates to the cost. Therefore, it is hard to determine whether the term is justifiable in regards to number of lawsuits. Nevertheless, the financial and social cost of litigation supports the term litigation explosion. Now we'll be doing a case study on Rodriguez versus Firestone from 2001. We're going to be talking about its significance and the key issues and broader arguments. So, the case of Rodriguez versus Firestone in 2001 demonstrates the two sides of litigation explosion. A Texas family sued Firestone Tire for devastating injuries suffered when their Ford Explorer flipped over during a tire blowout. So this case gives example to how defective products can generate large amounts of litigation and hold companies and courts accountable. It was the first of about 400 suits against the company whose tires had been linked to auto crashes, causing 203 deaths and 700 serious injuries in the U.S. Therefore, it exemplifies how large-scale tort issues can spark an increase in civil lawsuits. Also, this case revealed the complexity of establishing liability in such a huge company with large-scale supply chains. For example, Ford claimed that the tire defect was at the fault of their partner company Firestone, while Firestone believed that the default that caused the rollover was due to defects in the Explorer body itself. So it creates a conflict identifying multiple partners responsible for the harm, dealing with technically complex evidence, and resolving large groups of related claims efficiently through the judicial system. Also, due to public pressure and importance of the lawsuit, changes in the governmental regulation of transportation, such as the TREAD Act, which is the Transportation Recall Enhancement, Accountability, and Documentation Act, revamped the requirements for reporting safety defects in vehicles. Therefore, mass litigation can create a burden on the courts and businesses. It can also expose systemic failures and fight for corporate and governmental accountability. And here are my sources. Thank you.